Hello, Alex from Push Square here, and I'm playing this evening Day of the Tentacle Remastered. Now, this is a bit of an interesting one for me. I'm a big fan of this game. I played it originally released in 1993. I was 15 at the time, and this rates up really highly in terms of point-and-click adventure classics. So it's been re-released this week on PlayStation 4 and Vita on cross-buy. So I'm going to check it out, and hopefully, please God, let it hold up, because I don't think I can deal with another gaming classic that doesn't hold up anymore. So I'm hoping it will all be well. So let's check it out. Developers commentary, should we have it on? Let's have a look later at that, I think, and see what it's about. Ah, LucasArts, you were missed. I had a quick look at this before it started, and one of the interesting things, similar to the re-release of Monkey Island I did back on the Xbox and the PlayStation, you can switch between the original and the new remastered version.
I'm thirsty.
The funny thing is, this is how I remember it looking in '93, and that's what it actually looked like.
It looks bad for you.
Nonsense. It makes me feel great. Smarter. More aggressive.
These are the tentacles. This game was
like I could.
A sequel to Maniac Mansion, and the fact that these are tentacles are odd creatures when you think about it. They're just part of a tentacle. What did they come off? Lots to be questioned on this one.
Take all the world.
I have to say this actually looks really nice.
Look, Hoagie, it's a hamster. Just what I need for dissection lab tomorrow.
I think I need
Hello
that
to everyone in the chat who's joining me.
You know,
if you have any questions you'd like to ask me, feel free to do so, and I'll do my best to answer them.
Friend of yours,
I said I'm Alex from Push Square.
He belongs to Weird Ed Edison, and it looks like he's brought us a note.
Day of the Tentacle.
It's from my old friend, Green Tentacle. He says
I could get a real kick from switching between the old version
genius.
and the new version.
Dr. Fred's going to kill
Old.
them both.
New. Old. New.
I thought I was free of Dr. Fred and those crazy Edisons forever. But now I know that I must go back to the mansion.
This game had a really nice animated style to it, even back in the day, and it really looks nice. Written and designed by Tim Schafer and David Grossman. There's some pedigree there. Tim Schafer everyone knows already, don't they? Psychonauts, Brutal Legend, all those sorts of games. And Dave Grossman may be probably less well known in terms of his name, but he actually was a lead designer at Telltale Games for a long time, and basically was responsible for a lot of their early stuff. So Sam & Max seasons 1 and 2. What are the other ones he did? I think he did all the way up to Back to the Future. I think that was kind of the last one he did before the transition to more like the Walking Dead sort of approach to things. So yeah, it's a good pedigree to this game. I did play this all the way through back in '93 and probably a couple of years afterwards, so I can remember little bits of puzzles, which I'm going to hope is going to stand me in good stead for this stream. So Hopefully I'll remember some of it. A lot of it. There's nothing worse than watching someone on the stream banging their head against the puzzle. But hopefully the guys in the chat can help me. Is there anything I don't know? Ah, that cow's great.
Okay, we'll spread out commando style. Laverne, you go secure the area behind those double doors. Ogie, you take care of upstairs reconnaissance. I'll maintain Command HQ here, in the lobby.
What are we looking for?
We've got to find where Dr. Fred is holding the tentacles.
This better not take too long. I've got an anatomy final tomorrow.
I must admit, I never played it with the voices before.
Later tonight.
I had
If I'm late, I don't get to
the
test the
floppy
drum.
disk version,
If I know
not the
Dr.
CD-ROM
Fred,
version.
he's got the tentacles tied up in his secret lab.
I've never
Question
heard this
is,
before.
where's his secret lab?
Oh, I remember what the secret lab is. Right, so... Project highlight, commentary, open inventory, interact. So it looks like they've ditched the good old scum system. Is it on the other one? Ah yes, there it is. Pick the verb, click on the object. So what have we got this time? So, a radial wheel of some sort.
Laverne's covering that territory.
How? Remember you get that up somehow. I can't remember how.
That one looks like it's from a local hardware store.
I'm having vague recollections of things here. Yes, the dime. And I remember where the lab was anyway. That I remember.
Aha! A
Aha!
secret passage. This is all too easy.
I was a big fan of adventure games back in the day. I was mainly a PC gamer, wasn't really into consoles. And I played all of the
Laverne,
LucasArts
how'd
stuff
you get upstairs?
after Maniac Mansion
Am I
loomed. From that point
upstairs?
onwards,
I
I've
got
played all of them.
lost.
Seen any tentacles?
What's a tentacle?
I'd say the one that I liked the
whipped up in my
most
spare
was
time.
Indiana Jones and the
Made
Fate
good
of
pets,
Atlantis.
actually.
Now that was a
Until
fantastic
one of them
game.
tried to take over the world. Had to tie the little buggers up in the basement.
Good thing you told us that.
Yeah, Bernard wanted us to set them free.
Thank God you weren't that stupid. Did you say Bernard?
Okay,
Do
you're
it.
free to go.
Thanks, Bernard.
Yes, thank you, naive human. Now I can finish taking over the world.
Wait!
Oh, yeah. Now I remember.
Yeah,
He's
Shatter
incredibly
reminiscing about
evil,
floppy
isn't
disks.
he?
I remember those. You'd
I'll
open the
try to
box
talk
of your
him out of
PC
it.
game, there'd be 15 floppy disks. You'd have
Well,
to put them all,
what
install
possible
one after
harm
another.
could one insane mutant tentacle do?
Recycle, then you put them in a cupboard and hope they didn't have a problem when you want to reinstall it
Leaping
again.
lab rats!
It's still got a
Dr.
magnet
Fred,
too close
What
to
have
it.
you done this time, you meddling milquetoast? Now Purple Tentacle is free to use his evil mutant powers to take over the world and enslave all humanity.
Whoops.
Our only hope now
Bit
is
of a
to
mistake
turn off
there, I
my
feel.
sludge-o-matic machine and prevent the toxic mutagen from entering the river.
Isn't it a little late for that, Doctor?
Of course, that's why I'll have to do it yesterday through the time machine.
This is all your fault, Bernard.
Behold, children, the
I must admit, that's not how I heard
Doc,
Laverne's
can't you
voice.
just send Bernard?
No, you
was in
must
my head when I
all
was reading
go
the text
to
back
increase
in-
the
back
odds
in the
that one
90s,
of
that's
you
not how
will
I
make it
heard
there
it.
alive.
Have any people ever been hurt in this thing?
Of course not. This is the first time I've ever tried it on people. Well, I'll be.
Bernard, float over here so I can punch you.
This must be that Woodstock place Mom and Dad are always talking about.
What could it all mean?
I don't know. I don't want to know.
Did have one of the more interesting setups for one of their adventure games, I
We
always
may
thought.
not live to see yesterday.
I'm sure Dr. Fred wouldn't have done this if it weren't safe.
After all, he is a doctor.
It works! I can't believe it! And they said imitation diamond wasn't good enough.
It's all coming back to me, though. I get amused because I suddenly remember something about it.
Cheap mail order jewels.
What happened to Hoagie and Laverne?
I knew I should have bought a real
I was also a bit of a
diamond.
fan of the
Are they
Sierra
alive?
adventure
My
games as well
dials
back
say
in the
that
day.
the largest specimen landed
Which was odd because they were a
200
bit more
years in
brutal. The
past,
LucasArts ones
and the
always
other
tended
is
to be a
stuck
bit.
200 years
You
in
never
the
can never really
future.
die in them.
Well, hurry up and
Whereas
bring
in the
them
Sierra
back.
ones, they kill you
I
at an
will.
instant.
As soon
You
as
get
I get
something
a
wrong,
new
you would have to
diamond,
game over.
then all your buddies have to do is plug in their
Remember,
respective
was it police
chronogens
quests
and
where you had to check
Plug
the
them
4 tyres on your car
Where
before
is
getting
Hoagie
into it?
going to find
If
an
you didn't,
electrical outlet
because that's
200
police
years
procedure
in
and
the
it was in the
past?
manual, that
Yes,
you drive off
well,
and your tire
he'll
explode
be
and it'd be
needing
game
my
over.
patented super battery then,
Very
won't
brutal
he?
they were.
Now, where did I put those patented super battery plans of mine?
Plans? How are we going to get Hoagie plans?
Don't worry me with details, boy. Just help me find the plans. They're in this house somewhere.
Now what am I going to do?
I think I made myself perfectly clear. Step 1, find plans. Step 2, save world. Step 3, get out of my house. Let's get cracking.
We'll do it again because I like doing it. Old, new, old, new.
Maybe I put them upstairs. That's got to be it. Upstairs.
Now, there's gonna be lots of me going, aha, I remember this bit. Because I remember
I've
this
got
bit.
the plans.
Quick, we have to flush them to Hoagie.
How did you get over there?
My ingenious super battery design, please.
You really flushed them.
Yes.
Down the toilet.
No. Through time. Using the highly sophisticated time flux hydraulic vortex chamber I've installed in each chronogen, you can flush small inanimate objects to each other through time.
That's the interesting mechanic in this. Each of the characters is stuck in a different time period. So Laverne's in the future, Hoagie's in the past,
Hello?
Bernard's in the present.
Dr.
And you have to
Fred, can
do
you
things
hear
that influence
me?
each other's world to help solve
Right.
problems and pass
Did you hear
items between them
something?
through the
No. Let's see
Portaloos,
if
as we
what's
call
his
them
name
in the
catches
UK.
on.
So one change you'll make in the past will
Oh,
affect both the
great. I'm
present
stuck
and
in
the future.
colonial times.
That sort of
Tentacles are
thing.
taking
So
over the
I think
world.
it adds some
And
quite
now the
interesting dynamics
toilet's
of time how you have
backing
to
up.
think outside the
Okay.
box for the solutions.
Come over here.
Some of the solutions, if I remember
It's
being,
your
were
old
quite
pal,
obtuse,
Dr.
as always tends to be
Fred.
the case in
Dr. Fred, how'd
the
you get
LucasArts
in there?
adventures, because they
I
tend to be a
want
bit
you
more
to pick
wacky.
up those plans you see in the chronogen, Hoagie. Bring them to Red Edison. He's my great grandfather. He'll know what to do.
You need the plans to make a super battery so you can plug in your chronogen.
Okay, if you say so, Bernard.
Good boy. Does he have any experience with electronics?
Well, I once saw him take 3,000 volts directly through his head without batting an eye.
Didn't he pass out?
Well, he
He's
was
great.
already passed out when it happened.
Time for me to save the world, I guess.
Oh yeah, you can switch between.
So as soon as Hoagie gets that
Character.
battery working, we're set.
I'm afraid not. We still need a diamond for the main unit. And your friend in the future needs power too, if she's still alive.
Alive?
Get me out of here! I like trees and everything, but this one has got to go.
Right, so let's go back to Hoagie in the past. I keep clicking on that adventure, that's slightly annoying placement. Had a nice style, this game. Hello to Alex in the chat, welcome. Welcome to another Push Square live stream. 'Tis I, Alex, yet again, playing another new release on the PlayStation 4. This time it's Day of the Tentacle, the old LucasArts adventure game.
Hi there, mister.
It's been redone for a new generation.
Soon to be known as the inventor of electricity.
Do you know Red Edison? He's a scientist guy, too.
Red Edison? A scientist? He's just an innkeeper who pretends to be a scientist, and he's not very good at doing either one. I can't believe Washington and Jefferson picked his inn, of all places, to write our Constitution.
Do you mean Washington like President Washington?
Did he tell you he was president? The nerve of that guy, always trying to run things. But of course, no one will care who's president once I've harnessed the ultimate power, the power of electricity.
Yes, and screwed over that Tesla guy.
Well,
I've not spent
see
too much
ya.
time talking to him.
Carry
There's much you
on.
can do with him yet, if I remember correctly. Right. Oh, I've done it again. Better. What was this? Read it.
You're brilliant. What a novel design. Come to Baltimore at once.
Now, this could be a theme of this stream. If I remember correctly, if you did something with this flag. Yeah.
Ooh, the Pony Express.
That doesn't do anything yet. I think I had to do some other stuff that's used with that. Open the door. Just walk through. Just phase through the door. The labs are in the same location, just different setting. A lot of stuff's in the same place. Give him the plans.
Super battery, eh? Brilliant design. Sometimes I amaze myself. Now all I need is oil, vinegar, and some gold.
Always the way. Need certain items, and you've got to try and work out where they are.
It's covered with plans and junk.
Not use that. Ah, right. Now I remember this.
Hey, that's a left-handed hammer, you know. I invented it myself. It was for my ungrateful slob of a left-handed son. Oh, well.
That's using quite a cool solution to a puzzle, which hopefully will get to the point.
Those founding fathers are driving me nuts. Flag design changes every 5 minutes. Well, as soon as I'm done with this, I'm making them a flag, ready or not.
I think they should have gone with some of those designs. Right, so we've got to find... Actually, I remember what I need to do with that hammer, so let's go and do that, because I think it shows how you can affect something in another world. Now there was... Which room would this have been in? That's useful, so you should see where all hot points are, so you're not playing the old pixel hunt where you had to move your cursor around the screen to try and work out what you can interact with.
Here I am, don't get your curls in an uproar. Excuse me, Mr. Washington. Oh, ha! Get away from that. It's a good thing I finished in there quickly. Now scram. They just don't make founding fathers like they used to.
Right, so... Alex in the chat asked what this game is all about. This is a true gaming classic, Day of the Tentacle. One of the best adventure games made by LucasArts. God rest their soul, no longer with us. Tim Schafer was one of the designers of this game, one of the writers as well. As a result, it has a hell of a lot of character, and this is a remastered version. So, that's the old version. That's what it did look like in '93, when 15-year-old Alex played it. This is what it looks like now, 23 years later. So what we were doing, we messed at the bed, so hopefully we'll be able to get hold of that soap.
Whee!
I can't push a cord, let's try pulling it.
Here I am, don't get your curls in an uproar. Excuse me, Mr. Washington. Boy, what a mess.
Try that again. Huh? Max from Summer Max.
The late Max Addix, his petard runneth over. A lamentable fate for such a patriotic dude.
Right, let's find this place where I can use this hammer then, where I remember that solution to
I
the
told
puzzle.
you guys I'll get to the flag next. I'm working as fast as I can.
Hey, chill. Take your time.
Don't tell me you've got another design change for the flag.
I've got another design change for the flag.
I knew it. What's the current brainstorm from our fickle founding fathers?
Could it have a chrome-plated bald eagle robot?
Could it
Let's go
have
that
a
one.
chrome-plated bald eagle robot on it?
Oh, what the heck. At this point, I'd do anything just to have it over with. Put the pattern on the table, and I'll look at it when I'm done with this job.
Right, so I need to find a pattern to put on there. It's in here. That looks like... Oh. Just pick up. Just grab everything. It'll come in useful sooner or later. That's good to interact with. Well,
Grody, man. I don't go through people's underwear. Looks like he spent a lot of time in there.
pick up them.
I don't understand that technical stuff.
Okay, can't do anything with that yet. Where is this room that I remember?
Hi, Horsey.
Hi yourself.
Wow, you can talk.
Wow, so can you. What a coincidence.
I didn't think horses could talk.
Maybe they just never had anything to say to you. Ever think of that?
You mean horses have been snubbing me my whole life?
Well, if you want to put it that way.
That's an interesting way of thinking about it.
Nice teeth.
Thanks. I paid quite a bit for them.
Is this some kind of a trick?
I don't do magic. I'm just a horse.
What's a nice horse like you doing in a place like this?
Hey, I live here. What are you doing here?
I like this horse.
I gotta go.
See you later.
Ah, yes, this is the room.
Question is, which one's stuffed and which one's the real McCoy?
I assure you that we are both real, but we are neither one of us McCoys. We are Edisons, Ned and Jed.
Who's who?
Does it really matter? Even our dear father can't tell us apart. He only knows that one of us is left-handed while the other is right, but that neither of us are following in his tiny scientific footsteps. Hold still, Jed. So, I'm almost too frightened to ask, are you the marble delivery man? Or the model?
I'm the model.
I'm the model. Should I take my clothes off now?
Oh god, no, don't.
No. No, you most definitely should not. We couldn't get your body shape right anyway, unless we cemented 2 slabs of marble together. But then your statue would have a big seam in it.
That's okay. It would have one anyway.
Look, don't call us. We'll call you.
Dang. Sorry, hope I haven't jostled you.
This will show you kind of
Too
the
late.
key element of the gameplay. Because you've got Hoagie in the past, Bernard in the present, and Laverne in the future. You need to affect things that are in different environments. There's a statue in the present day, if I remember correctly, that you need to kind of affect. And the way that you do it, it says, hoping to God it is, because otherwise it's going to look stupid. You switch his hammer, and he messes it up, so...
Oh no! I've lost it! Oh, where hath gone the muse that once guided my hand with such care? Must inspiration be so transitory? Must art be so cruel?
Oops.
I'm a failure. Don't say that, Ned. Father was right. We Edisons are made to be scientists, not artists. Dear brother, we must be strong in these times of creative adversity. Why don't you let me take over for a while? I'll clean this rubble up and start over. You relax. Have a cappuccino. I'm glad we switched places. I think you're coming out quite well.
And then the statue changes to being the swords on the other side. Because what happens is you have to kick her out the door. That's it. You have to kick her out the door, and she grabs onto the sword if you do it when it's on the other side. And when it's switched, you can kick her out the door and get rid of her. Fine, let's go and do that now. Yeah, back in the day when this came out, 1993, this sort of game some of the most popular sorts of games you could get on the PC. All the LucasArts adventures were guaranteed hot sellers. I certainly remember playing every single last one of them, people lapping them up. That room was next, the horse on the other side. SKC Dine Chat, that's what the game is about. Basically, a creature called a Tentacle is about to take over the world, and the only way to do it is to go back in time and stop him drinking some sewage. The trouble is, things go wrong, 3 characters end up in different time periods, and you need to try and get back to the past, present, or some sort of time to stop it, but you've got to rescue everyone. So you've got Hoagie, who's stuck in the past, Bernard, who's in the present, and Laverne we're yet to unlock, who's in the future, in a world where the tentacles have taken over the world and humans are kept as pets. So let's push her out. Door, should I remember?
Well, you know what they say. If you want to save the world, you gotta push a few old ladies down the stairs.
I'm right. So, what was it that could interact in this room? Monitors. An owl.
It looks like a physics professor I knew in the 2nd grade. Something strange is going on in there. There's no tape. There's no tape in the machine.
Right. Again, I can't remember what that was about, but I won't spoil it for anyone that is. Thinking I might pick this up. It's upstairs, anything.
There doesn't seem to be anything dangerous in there.
Don't be anything in here at all. Or a bed.
It's not exactly the Ritz. I wouldn't want to strain myself. No time for that now. I'm saving the world from Purple Tentacle. It's already open.
We'd frozen then for a second. You pick everything up, get an inventory full of odd stuff.
It's a primitive but useful venting device which prevents injury due to harmful smoke inhalation.
That's definitely a chimney. Right, now I can't do anything else up here looking at that. Let's get back further down and try and work out a couple of these puzzles. But first of all, I'll show you SKC Dome what a tentacle looks like. I think it was this door, if I remember correctly.
It's useless. No one will ever be interested in my design, so I'm ending my novelty inventing career right here in this tacky motel. How appropriate. I can't even do this right.
Hi, my name's Bernard. What's yours?
Dwayne. Isn't that depressing?
Yes, that's a bad name. SKC Diamond in the chat asks for the low res mode. Yes, there is. You can actually play the original version, which is what this looked like. This is it. That's the original. pretty cool. I was saying earlier on in the stream, that's what I remember it looking like, the newer version. Well, that's what it actually looked like.
Gee, you look depressed.
What clued you in, Brainiac?
The stooped shoulders and long face?
I'm having a crisis here, a warehouse of anguish. I'm a novelty goods designer by trade. I've come up with some fabulous ideas. The exploding lollipop, itching powder gum, and reverse 3D glasses, to name a few. The problem is, no one likes my designs. I send them all over the world and no one responds. I just wish someone would say they liked one just once. Oh, woe is me.
I like your design ideas.
Well, I didn't mean you.
Right. I know exactly what I need to do with this one now. I had an epiphany.
Never mind.
Remember that letter we picked up in the past that asks, they like your design, come to Baltimore? Right. We're switching characters. In order to get items to the other characters, you have to flush them down the toilets in each of the time periods. So I need to get this letter to Bernard in the present so he can use it. That one, not that one, not that one, not that one. That letter.
Okay, I flushed it.
Right, let's switch back to...
I'm just a failure.
And this guesses a difference in terms of some of the design that you see in the older games. In a newer game, you would probably get that straight away. Because ultimately, it's a waste of time just wandering all the way back down to the toilet to go and pick up what's been sent. Here we go, let's get the letter. Stairs. So yeah, if you've just joined us, I'm Alex from Push Square, and I am live streaming Day of the Tentacle Remastered, revisiting a classic from my youth. And you know what? I think it holds up pretty well. I was really worried that it would just be not the same.
Poor
it would
me.
destroy all those
Poor
fond memories
me.
I have for it. It hasn't. It's actually really good still.
Hey, there's a letter here for you.
For me? Probably another rejection slip. Oh well. You're brilliant. What a novel design. Come to Baltimore at once.
This looks stupid enough to be an item you'd need. Looks playing poker. An artistic classic.
My dad has one of these in his den.
It's Casey Diamond is saying he wasn't even born when this came out. 1993. Yeah, what a great year that was. I had a bit of a look up before I started streaming, so what else came out that year? Only from a film perspective, it was Jurassic Park, Groundhog Day, and one of my favourites, Demolition Man. What a great Stallone film that is. And then one video game related, the original, the best video game movie ever made, Super Mario Brothers. Not. That is one of the worst films I ever remember seeing. Where am I going? Don't want to go down here. Let's go have a look around, see what else there was.
It's stuck to the floor.
That's something for later. If this interests you at all in terms of the design of the game, I highly recommend, if you've got a PC, go and revisit some of the old LucasArts adventure games. Graphically, they don't hold it very well, but from a design perspective, they were really, really good. This is one of them, obviously. Indiana Jones: The Fate of Atlantis is another one. Probably the best Indiana Jones game ever made, in my opinion. Though, that's not hard, in all fairness. Other ones from this era, and the Monkey Island ones were good. Which are the other ones around this sort of time? Yeah, there was Full Throttle. I think that's been remastered soon.
Hey, boy, you missed the party.
Fandango's been done already, but that was like the last.
You and the clown were having a party?
No, last night.
Yeah, I recommend Indiana Jones: The Fate of Atlantis, because that was a great game.
Novelty good salesmen know how to have a good time.
Nice cigars.
I import them from the finest Cuban munitions factories. So, want a cigar?
Sure, lay one of those Havanan babies on me.
Thought I was gonna blow your head off there, didn't you? Well, you were right! You shouldn't smoke. It's a bad habit.
Indeed it is.
That cracks me up every time.
A nice cigar every once in a while is okay. Okay, so clearly that's what this is for.
Wow, that guy just won the lottery.
Huh? I don't see anything.
The old switcheroo.
Oh, never mind.
Get one of the cigars off him.
Hi there.
What can I do for you, kid?
It's funny how this all comes back to you. If you'd asked me to describe certain puzzles in this before I played it again, I wouldn't have remembered this bit at all.
Nice
now
cigars.
I'm here playing it, I can kind of remember what you need to do.
These babies are practically exploding with tobacco goodness. So, want another cigar?
Okay, but only if you promise not to light it this time.
Would I do a thing like that?
Of course you would. You look like that sort of guy.
I don't get it. Get lost, kid.
Oh, but set him now. I've remembered this. Remember this as well. Oh, that. Great. The teeth to get into the grate. Oops, just want to get out of the room. Oh, that's not working. Okay.
Hold
now.
still, will ya?
Oh, it's finicky as hell, that is. Oh, let's come back to that one. Through here. Hoover up all the random stuff and adventure game style. I'm not quite sure how I feel about the transition away from this style. It could be a bit difficult to work out how you do some of the puzzles. Sometimes the solutions could be really tricky to come across. But then obviously we've kind of transitioned into what the Telltale games pretty much are what adventure games are these days, outside of the more niche titles. Keep picking up the stuff. Team's gone back to one.
It won't budge. Slippery little devil.
I give up, you annoy me now. Let's... remember, I need to give that to Hoagie. I think... give him the coffee and puts him to sleep.
Hey, Dr. Fred! You're going to get really chafed hands doing that.
Sorry, coffee jitters.
Maybe you should switch to decaf.
No, then I'd fall asleep and the dreams would come.
Oh, the dreams.
Well, gotta go save the world.
Good luck.
Decaf coffee. Ooh, decaf. Oh, no one wants decaf.
Decaf wouldn't help there.
Mug. No.
Thanks. I needed a little pick-me-up. Must open safe. Must sign contract. Must provide for family.
Right, let's see if we can unlock the one in the future. Now, how did you do that? Laverne's stuck up a tree, so you have to get rid of the tree. I think it's that tree by the time machine, or Portaloo, I don't know what you want to call it. You have to get rid of it. Looks vaguely familiar. Spaghetti. I don't think any of this is the stuff that we need to do the... SKC don't suggest I burn the tree. That'd be far too sensible an idea. Usually some sort of crazy... No. I think I remember. Trying to find what what it was that... No, it's not here. If I remember, it's because the site they're doing the Constitution for America in this hotel, and that's George Washington down the bottom and a couple of other famous characters from history. And so I've not looked up here yet. Yes, that's it. If you're wondering why I seem to be able to work out what I need to do just by having a bit of digging deep into the recesses of my mind, it's because I've played this quite a bit back in the 90s, and that information is stored in here somewhere. Hi to Nathan in the chat. Welcome to the Day of the Tentacle? It's Day of the Tentacle. I only forgot what the name of the game was then. Welcome to the Day of the Tentacle Remastered live stream, where I'm attempting to demonstrate my ability to recall stuff from the mid-90s, such as the solutions to the puzzles in this game. Now, what you have to do, if I remember correctly, is paint the trees red. And then go and speak to Mr. George Washington. And get him to cut it down. Nathan says I look pretty good at this. Yes, as I was just explaining, I have all the solutions stored somewhere in the recesses of my mind. I've played this game, the original version, which is what this looks like. That was the original, what it looks like back in 1993 when it was originally released. And this is what it looks like now, the remastered version. The remastered version has been done by Double Fine, so Tim Schafer's studio, which is ironic because Tim Schafer was one of the designers on this and writers. Director, actually. I think he directed the game with another person, Dave Grossman, I think his name was. Let's get Mr. Washington to chop the tree down.
Excuse me. Yes? Whoa, you're like George Washington. Very much like him, according to my wife, Mrs. Washington. My name's Hoagie. Like the sandwich, how quaint. Is it true about you and the cherry tree? Oh yes, it's quite true. Why, I've cut down acres of cherry trees in my day.
Is that a George Washington thing? Being from the UK, my knowledge of American history isn't particularly great. So is that some sort of story about George Washington? He chopped down cherry trees?
I bet you've lost it. You couldn't cut down a tree to save your grandmother. Lost it, have I? Why, I'd show you a thing or two if there were a cherry tree nearby. But as you can see, there... Oh, well, what do you know? There is a cherry tree out there. Well, let's go chop the sucker down.
Success!
I said come down from there at once!
Try to understand. I'm stuck in this...
Let's not try and think about how that would work from a time travel
You're quite a man. Yes, I know.
Nathan says that the George Cherry Tree fact, or George Washington Cherry Tree fact, is in fact fiction. Well, I never. That's definitely going to be hitting up the interwebs after this stream to see what that's all about. More than the knowledge. So I can now switch to Laverne in the future, where tentacles have taken over the world.
Get me out of here! I haven't done anything.
Well, you must have done something or you wouldn't be here now, would you? You'd be out in the lobby with your tentacle owner getting dressed up for the human show.
Owner? No one owns me.
Gosh, no owner, you say? Well, don't worry about it. I'm sure someone will come adopt you before we have to put you to sleep.
Damn that Dr. Fred.
Hey, she knows the Edison family motto.
Yoo-hoo, Mr. Tentacle Guy.
What?
Get me out of here! This is a violation of my rights.
Rights? You're a human. You don't have any rights.
I have to go to the bathroom.
Ha, that's a good one. Imagine a human using a bathroom. Come on, let's take a walk.
I'll take you out for a walk, human.
Okay, human, do your business.
Nice humour to this game. I guess that's a Tim Schafer in it. That's an interesting walk animation. You walk around like that, you really might want to get yourself looked at. For all sorts of reasons.
It's already open.
I go into it.
Hello? Anybody there? Nobody's down there.
SKC Diamond is asking in the chat why people hate Tim Schafer. Do they? I didn't think people did. I thought he was quite a likeable person. I guess there was a bit of a backlash around the Broken Age Kickstarter, how long it took to come out. But I think it's...
What a shabby
don't really understand what it takes to, one, fund a game and two, make one. So maybe there's a little bit around that. But, you know, I think Tim Schafer is a really nice guy. He comes across as very funny, very personable.
Yoo-hoo, Mr. Tentacle Guy.
It's about time.
There's nowhere else we could go there. So let's try out something. So one of the options is a developer commentary. Let's have a look at that. Oh, concept art gallery. Never get enough of concept art. Especially the original stuff. I still think it's fascinating, especially in terms of how they... go from that to that. It's quite cool. SKT John asked, what happened with Broken Age? What was the controversy? Well, it wasn't really a controversy. What if you remember correctly, it was broken into two pieces, and originally it wasn't pitched as that. They got so much money for the Kickstarter that they ended up being able to do more. As a result, it cost them more to do both sections, so therefore they split it up or increased it and made it a bigger game. And so said, well, we gave you all this money, an absolute boatload of money, why are you making a second part to it? And I remember Tim Schafer kind of broke down the numbers for them and said, right, okay, this is how much we got through Kickstarter, this is how much it cost to run the team doing this, and it kind of showed that they burned that money really quickly, and that as a result, to do the kind of full justice, they needed to kind of sell a second part. But then I think, did the people who funded it got the second part for free? I don't know. I'm talking like I know what I'm talking about this, and I don't really, because I do not fund Kickstarter games. I do not believe in it. I do not believe in putting money into games that aren't finished. Though I look forward to being a hypocrite in the future at some point when something really interests me, but Kickstarter's still well clear of it in my opinion. Right, so let's try this developer commentary.
I like how this family, through time, just replaces each member with the exact same member. There's one mad scientist, there's one freaky son, and there's one red-haired lady. They all just give birth to someone who looks just like them? Or are they clones?
Or do the Eds grow up into Freds?
And they switch?
And they shrink.
Okay.
They shrink as they get old.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Other. Well, another developer commentary bit. Let's go and see Green Tentacle. So these come up periodically. And this is what Purple Tentacle's getting up to take over the world. This door. No, not this door. SKC Diamond put $10 into Psychonauts 2 to get his name in the credits. Well, you know, in the end of the day, don't take what I say as being any indictment of people that put money into games. It's entirely up to you, and I think Psychonauts is a safe bet. I think that's a pretty good one to put into if you're going to.
Bernard! What are you doing
I'll tell you what
up
is
here?
crazy.
Well, I
the amount of money that Sammy Barker over at Push Square has put into the Shenmue Kickstarter, is it?
Find me first.
Because that's crazy, that is.
Does that answer your question?
Yeah.
I don't remember exactly what it is, but...
What's up, Bernard?
It made me blink a couple of times when he told me. But he really likes Shenmue. Purple Tentacle is the good tentacle. He's the other half. Purple's the one that wants to take over the world.
What do you suppose Purple's up to now?
Green's a nice
Well,
guy.
he wants to take over the world, so I figure he's up to something devious.
Conducting cryogenic experiments on small animals?
I wouldn't doubt it, but I was thinking more along the lines of politics.
Want to help me save the world?
I'm afraid to leave the room. In fact, I don't think I can even move from this spot. Purple scares the daylights out of me.
How's your new band doing?
Green tea and the sushi platter? We're doing great. We've decided to really capitalize on our strongest quality as a band.
Nathan, the chat has pointed out the Stormtrooper helmet. Because this is LucasArts. George Lucas's game studio back when it was one of the most respected developers around before it got run into the ground in the... I guess it must have been early mid-2000s when it started going downhill. There's lots of references to Indiana Jones and Star Wars in these games, with the cross-pollination of the studio, because they were working on, you know, the X-Wing games as well. The X-Wing was 93, it must have been mid-90s. Yeah, and TIE Fighter, similar sort of time, Dark Force, all this sort of thing were being worked up by the same studio, so you know, I imagine it was quite a cool place to work at the time, doing these adventure games and working with people that were kind of working on Star Wars.
Really? Which quality is that?
Volume, man, volume! We have a chance to win a Grimy Award as the loudest new band. We're pulling out all the stops.
Weren't you looking for a new guitarist a while back?
Yes, but we decided to go with a guy who plays power tools instead. We can generate a lot more sound that way.
I don't think that's a bowling ball next to the globe. I think that's sorry, that's not a Death Star next to the globe, it's a bowling ball. Oh, that was a very good joke if it was a joke, SKC Diamond.
That's great!
Yeah.
See you later.
Yeah! Good luck in saving the world, B-Man.
Right. Let's do one more puzzle that I can remember how to do. We did part of it before. In order to buy the diamond you need to fix the machine, you need to get into the safe. And to get into the safe, you need to get rid of the woman in this room, which we've done. We need to look at what the combination is. And the only way you can do that is to get the doctor sleepwalking. So we go in the decaf, which got him sleepwalking. We chuck the videotape in, and we can tape him opening the safe. Right, so you have to rewind it. I suppose record, don't you? That's it, record. SKC Diamond in the chat asks, how long is the game? I can't remember, if I'm being honest, though. I guess it depends how long you get stuck on the puzzles.
Internal Revenue.
I imagine not very long.
We'd like to go over some of your records with you.
So you've seen pretty much all the environments in terms of the size of each one. There's 3 times that. But I think you get a good few hours out of it, 6-7 hours possibly. If you went in without knowing anything. So I'm only progressing, I guess, as quickly as I am because I can remember bits and pieces of this. Right, so if you rewind the tape, play it, I think you can slow it down. If I remember correctly.
Dr. Fred Edison, Internal Revenue. Come with us. We'd like to go over some of your records with you. Upstairs.
That's the one that slows it down. Oh, don't want to do that. Sigh. Take back in. So this is a combination, so 101. Remember this in the chat. 999 57. It's quite easy to remember.
Dr. Fred Edison, Internal Revenue. Come.
I'll skip this. That's annoying.
Us.
Again, you see the thank you SKC Diamond in the chat for typing the combination in so I don't forget it. I do have the memory of a goldfish. Similar to the guards in last night's live stream Republic. I can't remember what was in the safe, if I'm being honest. Look at the safe.
The safe is closed.
Open the safe.
Let's see, it's 101
don't need to remember it.
99957.
Yeah. Nathan, you're trying to sell me down the wrong path there. Luckily I didn't need it at all. Anyway, I think that shows you enough of Day of the Tentacle Remastered. If you're interested in picking it up, it's out now. Come out this week. It's $14.99 on the US PSN store, $11.99 on the UK store. I think it really does hold up quite well. I was a bit worried that the rose-tinted spectacles of nostalgia of 15-year-old Alex would mean that I'd be very disappointed when I came back and revisited, but I think it holds up really well and it's a really interesting adventure game. So yeah, that's Day of the Tentacle. I'm Alex Stinson from Push Square, so please visit our site pushsquare.com. And follow us on Twitter at Push Square. Follow me on Twitter at Alex Stinton. And please, if you like these videos, these live streams, go onto our YouTube channel, click subscribe and like our videos, because we've got all sorts. We've got my live streams, we've got Ben's Game of the Month videos, we've got Sammy's news videos he's been doing. So please head over, we've got a lot more good stuff, not just the game trailers that have been there before, we're kind of really upping the game. So please get over there and check it out. Chat asking me if I'm going to stream tomorrow. I might well do. I've got to think about what to stream. I've kind of run dry of the new titles that have come out, so I have to think of something. But if you follow me on Twitter, keep an eye out. I will let you know if I am doing anything early on in the day or as soon as I know what I'm doing. I'm not reviewing it either. That's been asked in the chat. I don't know who's reviewing this, to be perfectly honest. I'm currently without reviewing assignments, so I get to play for my own leisure, which is nice for a change after having to get through the Division as quickly as possible for the last review. So yeah, that's another thing. Head to the site and check out my review of the Division. So that's it from me for this live stream. And I will see you on the next one, so keep an eye on the Twitters, the Push Square one and my one at Alex Stinson, and see what's coming up next. Thank you so much to everyone in the chat. You have been as fantastic as ever. SKC Diamond, Nathan, Alex, all those guys in the chat, you've been fantastic. You make this well worth doing. You make it very enjoyable. So please keep coming back and spending time with me looking at these games, and I'll try and get hold of some newer titles before they come out so we can have a bit of a look at those. Anyway, thanks again, and I will see you all further down the line.